some vision for us a little later on. Now, the Suns are finally at home. They had the most unenviable task heading into the season. They've been everywhere, man. Cast on the road by the Commonwealth Games. Now finally back, and they've had a breather. They come up against the man who's probably provided the best moments at Metricon so far. He will be in opposition colours, so the returns of Gary Ablett first to Kinnear Park, now to Carrara, and the ground has been reconfigured and ready to host its tenants. So the Suns back at home, and there is a degree of urgency to it. Their coach, Stuart Dew, is with us. Stuart, welcome to AFL360.
Thanks for having me.
Is it a relief to be back at home?
It's a little bit different, no doubt. We'd got into a bit of a routine where we headed off to the airport most weeks, so it'll be nice to play on our home deck, no doubt, in front of our fans.
You were positive to a fault, Stuart. Would you now concede that it's finished, that it really did take a toll?
Oh, it was a challenge, and it's something never seen before in football. So we were going in with, I guess, no excuse mentality. So, we've had our break now, and we're back into a normal routine. But, I think maybe on field towards the end, our performance has suffered. But I think as a club and as a unit, both on and off the field, I think we showed good resilience, and it was a great time for all of us to spend time together and really get to know each other.
So now that you've had the breather, is there a sense of urgency? You've lost 4 on the trot, you've got 3 wins to your name. It's got to be now.
Oh, there's always urgency, and obviously our challenge this week is the Geelong Football Club, and I think, we'll get some key players back in this week, which we're really excited about, and we're looking forward to trying to take 4 points on our home deck, simple as that.
Are the Cats, you believe, vulnerable at any stage this weekend, Stu?
We always prepare for the opposition's best, but, they're as dangerous as you let them be, so we certainly need to be at our best. Now, we've showed glimpses, and we're striving for consistency, and we haven't quite got there in numerous games. So if we play anything less than, 4 quarters, obviously it's not going to be enough against this football side like Geelong.
Just can you let us into your opposition analysis? We look at Geelong play every week. They're a bit of a slow ball moving team. They put numbers at the contest, etc., etc. Do you have to come up with a specific plan to beat Geelong in their game style, or do you just go out and play the way you want to play?
Oh, it's a little bit of a combination, but you alluded to the fact they do own the ball a fair bit, and they do like to chip it around and own that. But if you give them the opportunity too, they will post up handball and move that ball really quick through the corridor. So it is always a combination of what's our strengths v theirs, and a little bit of where we're at. We're trying to make sure that our guys bring their best every week as well. So, but having said that, we're really confident if we do, we're a chance to win the game.
Tom Lynch's returns, how much is the team buoyed by that?
Oh yeah, it's good. It was a plan, a month ago. It gets to a point where when players aren't training, and we wanted to be really careful with Tom and make sure we weren't putting him at risk, and I think the plan's worked to a T, and he's got some real strength back in that knee, and we make sure that he's 100% fit. So sometimes we've got to be fair to the players, and they get scrutinised on the outside. So it got to that point where Tom's a competitor, no doubt about that, and he would have kept rolling around. But we had a real plan in place to give him that 3 weeks off, but he gets 4 because of the bye, which was a bit of a bonus. But to have our skipper back in the side, we're wrapped.
Stu, I want to ask you a bigger picture question, if I can. While your team's been travelling and losing 4 on a trot, there's been a lot of observation, and a lot of it's negative. About where are the Suns and what standing have they got in the game, and for interest level, is it low or very low or average? How much do you take any of that on board when you talk to the players, or is it just purely football that you talk about?
Oh no, we don't get concerned with too much about how people feel about the footy club from the outside. What we do want to do is inspire our supporters. We did talk about that, the fact that we weren't able to play in front of our supporters, so that they would be at home watching, and we wanted to make sure we did them proud. Now, sometimes we did, and other times we let ourselves down, and I think that's where we've the only thing we'll reference is, I guess, our own performance. But obviously our members, we're really conscious that we want to put on a good show and that when they come to the ground that they know what they're going to get, and that's a consistent effort, and that's what we're striving for. And like I said, we've got a lot of work to do in that department.
I like how you say you don't really care what other people think of your team and your footy club. Internally, what does your team want to be thought of? What do they want to be known for?
I think our guys have been really clear, and from the moment I got here, they're hungry for some success. Now, how we get it is alignment, but also through great effort, and I think that's where they want to be harder to play against. Now, every new club and new coach comes in and says that, but I think they've actually really tried to implement the game plan we're trying to play. And like I said, our challenge really is getting that from 2 quarters to 2.5, 3.5. And a lot of that's going to be work done on the Monday to Friday. Now, Saturday is when it's on show, so we're aware that that's where we're judged, but every day we're striving for that improvement.
How much have you learnt through the first 9 games, Stuart, as a coach?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, it's been a straight in the deep end, so it's been fantastic for me to see. I guess from my point of view, to get to know the whole group, we've spent a lot more time than what we probably normally would have. So we've been pretty open internally that this year is about exploration. It's about finding out, okay, who have we got in the club and who do we need going forward and who's going to buy in and row the boat. So it's been fantastic in that regard, and I think it was fair to the players to not make a call on 2 or 3 months in pre-season also, and to see them in the pressures of the season.
So the last one, do you know, did Tom Lynch use the weekend off to heavily contemplate what comes at the end of the season?
Oh no, we've been pretty open with Tom and his management and our management, and we certainly knew that the bye wasn't a point of call for him to make a decision. He was aware that the front half of this year was really tough on the footy club, and I think we've come through that now, and we look forward to pushing on forward. But I think Tom's heavily invested in the footy club, and I've said that numerous times, and that's what's impressed me most, is that he really is in the moment, and he's actually about winning games for this footy club as it stands, and what comes forward up from that will take care of itself.
Stu, say Tommy made his decision in 2 weeks' time, and it's to stay or to go. Would you want Tom to come to you as coach and say, Coach, I've made my decision, I'm staying, but I'm not going to announce it yet, or I'm going to go? Would you like that?
Oh yeah, I think we'd love that. I guess either way, we'd love to know as soon as possible. I guess for all parties involved. But I think Tom will do that. I'm really confident that when he's made that decision, he'll let the people that need to know, and then we go from there. But I mean, obviously that'd be a great scenario, and we'd love him to stay.
Stuart, the best of luck for the next stretch. I think you've got 7 at home on the way in, and we'll see what you can do there. But thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Thanks, Stu.
Stuart Dew, who's finally at home with his sons, and we'll see what they can grow into.
Rotten schedule.
Rotten, and we knew that. He knew that going in. We all knew that going in, and he can pretend that it wasn't going to take a toll. It took a toll.
Yes.
They got 3 wins earlier, and they faded badly, so they've had the breather, and now they get to put it back together. Let's bring in the captains for the captain's run. Bob Murphy.